What's up? Welcome to Friday Fails. ... But why? Episode 3. Today's. That's for Spanish.
I should have probably sat in that chair.
Should
You
we
get that
switch?
huge person
Should we
sitting
switch?
closer to the camera. I probably look like a little ant in this. Look how little I look.
What's up? I'm Jason.
I'm Tyler.
From the. You say so angry.
I'm angry.
You're angry because you see so much miseducation in motocross that you're about
On
to watch.
YouTube.
On YouTube.
And we're here to reverse the game. We're here to make you guys safe,
Yes.
fast, having fun, riding with your buddies, being able to ride till you're 90 because your bones aren't broken in half, right?
Break them. We can learn from some fails, and that's what we're about to do. This first one.
We got a little pro racing. I'm sure you guys know Austin Forkner, good old boy Plessinger. And they had a nice little get together, Red Bud 2018. I believe this track was Red Bud.
Yep.
And we're just gonna break it down a little bit for you.
Forkner in front, Plessinger coming up from the rear, does not want to be there for long.
Oh man, got him good. Get up, get up. Oh, mechanic's pissed.
A lot of unhappy people there.
All right, let's check this.
So let's break it down.
Coming
Here we
through the
go.
whoops here. First off, Plessinger isn't even really that close. So
it's like that.
that's like gotta be 10 bike
Tight
lanes.
bike link at least.
Yeah, so kudos to him for going for it. First mistake made was, where was Forkner going? Why is he going
was
so
he-
far outside?
Oh.
Oh, he got a little huckabuck. He got a little huckabuck right here.
Yeah, yeah.
Send him to the outside. All right, let it roll through this corner. Let's see what we got here. He should have let off. I guess he anticipated Plessinger to kind of check up, but I mean, we're racing for big money and championships here. I think actually Plessinger did win the championship, but he wasn't gonna let off. His line's leading to the outside of the racetrack where Forkner's line is, and he has the motocross right away as he has the inside advantage, right? So if his wheel's on the inside of Forkner, it's up to the outside guy to save his life, basically. So Forkner just didn't check up. I don't know if it was the fact that he just couldn't get to the brakes fast enough, but it looks like, you know, I don't know what he did, but he got tagged, and then he got a little whiskey throttle, which made it look real dramatic. The bike kind of shot out from underneath him. So.
And in Plessinger's defense, this line does not stay inside.
No.
They two becomes one.
Nor do you want it to. You want to block the rider. You don't want to give the rider opportunity. The rider on the outside has momentum on his side, so he's got a little more speed coming out of the turn. If he would have stayed his line, Forkner would have just went right by him. So I don't think it's wrongdoing on Plessinger's part. I think that Forkner could have, you know, been a little more aware of where he was and maybe came down the inside of him and passed him on the right side rather than trying to go around on the outside of him. That was kind of a silly move, but yeah. I think that's it. You just got to be a little more aware of your surroundings and anticipate, you know, the rider's next move. He's up and he's okay. That's the good part.
Here we got this old guy. This is one of my favorites.
Tip 1, hold on before it goes too far. Don't ever let the guy sitting on the quad teach you how to ride the dirt bike, okay? Okay, let's let it roll.
Oh my gosh.
Tip number 2, always have a concerned woman behind the camera.
Alright, there's really not a lot to say about this one.
Other than it's hilarious, and I'm really glad it's on the internet.
But I do want to know, what's Quad Guy saying?
Well, does he have goggles on and no helmet? Either that or he's got some huge sunglasses.
serious like aviators. But
Yeah, let's see what he said. Hey man, you just gonna wanna give it a lot of gas and let that thing rip and hold on for dear life.
I wonder if he said anything right after and said, oh yeah, by the way, one more thing. That one lever, yeah, oh, never
That's your
mind.
front brake.
Don't push that.
So we do a lot of learn to ride type lessons for people that haven't ridden similar to this, and we are sure to not teach them the front brake first. So if you're teaching your buddy how to ride, make sure they're very aware where the back brake is, because you can slam on the back brake and worst case scenario it slides a little bit or stalls the bike. It's not gonna endo you and put you face first into the dirt.
You go days without ever tailing the front brake.
Yes.
Like don't touch the
Don't
front
touch
brake. Move it out of the way. Take the
Yeah.
dang lever off. Here we go, let's watch Sand Dunes guy. This is one of the most common things that happens
Hello?
all the time ever.
Hey,
Guys answering the
Pause.
phone in the middle of it.
I am shooting this video,
Unbelievable.
wiping my nose. A hammer? That's scary. Jenny's asking for a hammer. And if you, okay. All right. Bye.
Yeah.
Back to the regular programming.
Everything's looking pretty good.
Oh, goodness. All right, so first thing we noticed here is I think he's in second gear.
It's pretty loud.
And he's not feeling like going to third.
He didn't shift up at all.
I think he thought he shifted up.
Yeah, he might have right at the
But
bottom.
he didn't shift up. So first things first, you need your bike to be in the right gear, especially when you need power to drive to the top of the face of the sand dune in this case. And then it looks like you got maybe a little at the buck.
Oh, serious throttle let off.
Yeah, he screwed up.
But I feel like we see videos like this all the time. People are like, I was relatively in the right spot on the bike. So why is he going over? I guess is the biggest question.
Well, he chopped the throttle. It looks like there was a little bit of a knuckle at the top, just a little bit, enough to get him going in the wrong direction. If it was really rounded, he may have even gotten away with letting off the gas there, but since it had a face all the way through the top and maybe even a little knuckle on top, he was doomed without throttle. You need power to drive you through the face of the jump all the way to the top, keep the bike level, right?
Yeah.
Another thing is he was in such a low gear. He was in like second gear, so no matter what, he couldn't even panic rev and corrected himself because there wasn't enough inertia being turned there. So yeah, he was screwed from the get-go, poor guy. If you can pause it right where he's at the tip of the jump. You guys will notice in a lot of our videos when we're talking about jumping how to unlock your hips and get your knees back so you're weighting the shock. You'll notice that his bottom is tucked under, and we call that having your hips locked up underneath you, right? So you're basically just a pole at that point, right? There's no pivot points in your body where the body can move with the bike. So what's happened here is he's taken his weight and put it all in front of the foot peg. So there's nothing, one, to get traction if he was on the gas going off the top of the jump, two, to control the rebound of the shock. So the shock just rebounded with no weight on it, and he didn't move his body back until he got in the air and realized he was in trouble. So that's a big piece.
Damn, dude. You all right?
It's always good to have a concerned friend nearby.
Yeah, you all right?
Don't ride alone.
You always ask them if they're all right, then you can laugh.
Yeah, you say, hey, you all right? How many times in life has that happened to me and you? No,
Every time
actually,
we hang
he
out.
never even asks if I'm all right.
I laugh.
I just see him behind me on the phone, freaking
Video.
barely keeping it straight. He's laughing so hard. Time for a little trail ride.
Right through the mud. Drying his tires off in the grass. Ouch! Alright, where do we start here? Hey.
So important to always let someone know you're all right.
I didn't do it on purpose. I got whiskey throttled.
Well, we don't even tell you anything. You heard the man.
I didn't do it on purpose. I got whiskey throttled.
Yeah, so
You got whiskey throttle.
I mean, back it up a little bit. So basically what I see is that he hit the gas one time, wasn't ready for it. His body weight moved back, and then he just kept cracking the throttle. Every time the front end hit the ground, he was just too far off the back of the bike to really control the movements, and eventually it just cut left and wheelied out from underneath him. And he whiskey throttled, you know? Like, whiskey throttling was basically something that happens when you're not in the right body position and you decide to hit the gas too hard. And it looks like he's got a radio on his handlebars. Is that a radio? What is that, a boombox?
Yeah. I
Wow.
don't see wires, but it could be wireless,
It could be
obviously.
definitely Bluetooth.
I mean, he's also got
He's got a metal militia bar pad.
Metal militia bar
With just
pad.
nothing but stickers on the front.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a prime example of someone that's just waiting to get hurt.
Might have had a little whiskey before he got whiskey throttle.
He drunk a lot of whiskey. Drank it. He drunked it.
Obviously you can't see with the GoPro, but assuming too that his legs probably came off the bike pretty easy. Whenever you're riding through rocks and stuff like that, especially for your first time on unknown trails, you gotta keep your legs nice and tight to your bike, squeezed up, because that's just gonna keep you in control. And when you feel out of control, what do? You drink whiskey. I mean, you whiskey throttle.
Yeah, you whiskey drink.
You whiskey
And
drink.
throttle.
But
anyways, this guy, just common mistake, right? He went, well, first thing, he went through some water. His tires probably got slick, and so he's probably catching traction, not catching traction. His wheels might have broke loose on the rocks and then caught the grass and caught traction. There's a lot of things that could have happened, but at the end of the day, he got whiskey throttle, not in the right body position, too much gas, and too many stickers.
a lot of stickers.
Too many stickers.
Too many.
All right. Ouch, okay.
Well done, sir.
So he's got a chiropractic adjustment, and he wheelied his buddy's KX85.
Unfortunately, we have to say this a bunch of times in these videos.
Put
Where's
your
your
helmet
friggin' helmet, bud?
Look, this
His
is
buddy's got his helmet on.
Yeah, it's mistake number one. Don't ever ride your friend's bike that he's fully geared and you're not.
Yeah.
And he has a GoPro on top and he's looking at you riding, okay? He knows it's about to go down. So just like, you know, be aware. And second thing is, he tried to wheelie, and I'm assuming he probably hasn't ridden that much. Knees are loose, he's sitting way too far forward. Instead of hitting the back brake at his balance point, he just lets her eat and goes on back with it. And then he kisses the earth, tells the earth how much he loves the earth, and then he says, I can do a handstand. I'm doing a handstand. Ouch, my neck hurts. I'm now gonna just lay down and go to sleep.
That is unnatural.
For that guy, I bet that was a real tough position for him to get into in the field.
No idea what year this video was, but 10 years later, he's still telling people about that day he did yoga.
We call that upside down upward dog.
Yeah, upside down upward dog. Which isn't fine, but if it's not on purpose, it can really surprise you.
Hope you enjoyed episode 3 of Friday Fails. We look forward to bringing you a lot more of these. If you enjoyed it, check out these videos over here. We also post weekly tips on our social media down here on Instagram. And then also, you can subscribe here if you love us like we love you.
We love you!
Great, I'm gonna pee so bad. Wait for this moment.